Thank you very much, the House Committee Chairman on Electoral Matters, Prince Bayo Balogun. The next goodwill message, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is going to be coming from the man whose organization has given very enormous and immense support to this program. I'm talking about the Executive Director, YIAGA Africa. Please join me in welcoming to the podium for his goodwill message, Samson Itodo. Please a warm round of applause for him, please.
Thank you very much. The chair of the Senate and House Committee on Electoral Matters, honorable members, representatives of different public institutions. Let me also recognize members of the civil society community, and more importantly, the citizens who are in this room. A very good morning to you. I'd like to pay special tribute to Professor YIAGA, who is one of our celebrated icons on the continent, but also seated beside him is one who was his chief technical advisor and later became a national commissioner at INEC, Professor Okechukwu Ibiano. But also seated, we have Professor Bolade Enyila, who is also the chief technical advisor to the current INEC chairman. Very welcome to you all. Let me start by commending the 10th National Assembly for prioritizing electoral reform in the legislative agenda that was recently launched, including the issues highlighted at the Senate committee retreat. I'd like to go on record on behalf of YIAGA Africa to commend the leadership of the Senate and the House Committee. And I say we are in this room because these two gentlemen did prioritize the need to engage with citizens, because this is the first major event that they are hosting. So please, they deserve a round of applause. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you very much for inviting us to partner with you on this journey. I'd also like to acknowledge the ones who have made this possible, the European Union delegation. This intervention and support to this process is made under the EU Support to Democratic Governance project, which seeks to deepen democracy in Nigeria. And so we thank the EU for this constant support to this process. Chairman, distinguished colleagues and participants, the 2022 Electoral Act is a representation of decent amount of work that went into the reform process prior to the 2023 elections. And that piece of legislation, we at YIAGA Africa believe, is one of the best piece of legislation that regulates the conduct of elections in Nigeria. There are several good things about the 2022 Electoral Act. The fact that electronic accreditation of voters using the BVAS was introduced by the Act, and we saw the impact that it made in the 2023 elections. The fact that the Act also revised the definition of overvoting. The Act reviewed timelines for the conduct of elections. The Act also guarantees some measure of financial independence for INEC. And so there's a considerable amount of work that have gone into that entire process. And we pay special tribute to the citizens, to the legislators who fought to get the 2022 Electoral Act passed. But like the two chairmen noted, there are some gaps in the Act because we've only operationalized the Act in the 2023 general elections and the off-cycle governorship elections. But Nigerians are asking, why is it that these incremental reforms have not led to attitudinal changes? on the part of different actors within our political process. Nigerians are asking, the more the reforms, the more the attack on the institutional independence of institutions saddled with the responsibility of managing our electoral process. Nigerians are also asking, why is it that we have incremental reforms, but there is an erosion of public trust in the electoral process? Nigerians are asking, why is it that we have reforms year in, year out, but the more reforms, the more difficult it is to obtain electoral justice? Now, this question has been asked by Nigerians. It's not misplaced, because Nigerians do care about their country, and we care about our electoral process. And I think the presence of stakeholders in this room is a testament to the fact that Nigerians have not lost faith in this entire process. As we prepared for this town hall, a lot of people ask questions, why should we engage this process any further? And this is our response to you, that we have an existing constitutional order, and we believe that there are mechanisms within this constitutional order to self-correct and to reinvent. And supporting this town hall from us at YIAGA Africa and our partners is a demonstration of our belief that we can reinvent our electoral process. And to do so, there are 5 key priorities that we put on the agenda. The first one is the need to unbundle INEC. As it stands, INEC needs to breathe. INEC is struggling to breathe because there are enormous responsibilities vested on the Electoral Commission. So the need for an Electoral Offences Commission, the need for a Political Party Regulatory and Registration Commission is critical. And Nigerians want an INEC that is unbundled. Secondly, is the independence of the Electoral Commission. Nigerians are demanding that the appointment process of national commissioners and resident electoral commissioners needs to be revised, because you can't have an electoral commission where the current legal framework allows, the appointment of certain partisan individuals to be appointed into INEC. And to rebuild public confidence in the electoral process, there's an urgent need to secure the independence of INEC by reviewing the appointment process. And there are reports of committees, there are reports from both local and international observers on how the commission should be constituted. Thirdly, Nigerians are also demanding that the timelines for conducting or concluding election petitions needs to be reviewed, that all election petitions should be concluded before the swearing in. Nigerians are also requesting and demanding that there is need to make electronic transmission of results mandatory. Nigerians are also asking that diaspora voting, early voting for critical stakeholders in our electoral process, such as INEC officials, election observers, security agents, and all officials who are on election duty on election day should be able to cast their votes, including prisoners or inmates. We believe that the current approach adopted by the committee is a welcomed approach. It's good that we are starting early, but it is important that as we think about the issues to be reformed in our electoral process. The distinguished senator and the honorable member and all the representatives of the principal officers of the National Assembly, we hope that these reforms will lead to attitudinal changes on the part of our political class. We hope that these reforms will deepen the independence of our democratic institutions, but that these reforms would also protect the voting rights of citizens. And from us, we congratulate you on this initiative, and again do pledge our continuous support. I want to once again thank you for the invitation to partner on this, and we wish us a successful town hall. Thank you very much.